Did you hear any negative comments made by anybody during that time frame?
Unfortunately, I did. Deputy Hopf was very vocal about it did not appear to be like a proper Muslim head covering, that it was just a gaiter. Why are we allowing her to have this? He was very vocal with Sergeant Thomas about it. I don't recall.
Okay. This is Sergeant Sweeney of the Snohomish County Sheriff's Office. Today's date is January 19th, 2024, and the time is 11:06. This statement is reference to OPA file IA-23-015 concerning the matter of inmate Tolbert's booking. This is interview of Jody Martin, last name spelled Martin. This interview is being conducted at Snohomish County Jail. There are two people present in this room. Jody, are you aware the statement is being recorded?
Yes, sir.
Do I have your permission to do so?
Yes, sir.
Would you like your personal information listed as non-disclosure?
If possible.
Be advised that your identity may be revealed if, upon completion of this investigation, the investigation is requested for release pursuant to Washington State Public Disclosure Law. For the purpose of the recording, I ask that you please wait until the questions have been completely asked before you answer, and please speak clearly and state your responses clearly for the transcription process. Okay. Jody, what is your current position?
My current position is booking support officer lead, or supervisor, excuse me, sorry.
On December 19th, what was your position?
Booking support officer.
How long have you held that position?
Since October of 2015.
And how long have you been a supervisor?
Since January 16th of this month.
Okay. What was your work assignment on December 19th, 2023?
I was BSO 1, which means that I was the primary booking officer that day.
Do you remember an inmate Tolbert getting booked in that day?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Did you notice anything when she first came in about whether her... Did you hear about her requesting a special meal from medical or anything like that?
I don't remember any special diet requests. All I remember is she had some kind of head covering, which I believe after people looked at it, it was like a neck gaiter. I believe it even said T-Mobile on it or something like that. That she was requesting that she was Muslim and that she needed it as a religious head covering.
Okay. Do you know if that was authorized at all?
So I believe that it was authorized by classification supervisor Williamson. I could hear her talking to her in the changeout room and getting like, if you're Muslim, what mosque do you go to? Can you provide, I guess proof that this is why you need this? And from what I remember that day, Williamson passed it on to the sergeants that it appears that she's Muslim, that it looks like it's okay. I think it may have had like a drawstring on it or something like that, so that was going to have to be cut off. But other than that, Williamson was approving it.
Okay. Were you present when she had the medical issue in booking over in cell 5?
No, I think the medical issue happened, I believe it happened after swing shift.
It was actually during swing shift around 8:35.
Was it? Okay, yeah. So I don't remember that exactly. I know that they took her out. I just couldn't remember the time frame.
Okay.
But I don't know what was the reasoning.
Okay, so you didn't see any interaction with her and the deputies?
Not really, no.
Okay. When she was brought out of that cell in one of the transport chairs and set down by the row of chairs in front of the booking desk. Do you remember her being there at all?
No, I'm not really sure if I saw her there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you hear any negative comments made by anybody during that time frame?
Unfortunately, I did. Deputy Hopf was very vocal about it did not appear to be like a proper Muslim head covering, that it was just a gaiter. Why are we allowing her to have this? He's very vocal with Sergeant Thomas about it. I don't recall any interaction that he had with the inmate herself, but I know that he was vocal with Sergeant Thomas about why is this getting approved.
Okay. Did you remember hearing any Muslim jokes were being made, or terrorism jokes or anything like that?
No, I didn't hear anything like that.
Okay, so the only thing you heard was Hopf questioning whether...
Right, and he wanted Sergeant Thomas to show him the policy, and he went so far as to say, well, when Native Americans come in with their little medicine bag, are we going to let them take that upstairs? And if somebody comes in with a baseball cap, are we going to say, or is that going to be approved? You know, it was more along that lines, but I never heard any Muslim jokes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything further you would like to add to your statement?
No, I mean, I wish I specifically could remember her sitting there. I mean, it kind of feels like it's like you suggest something to somebody and then you remember it, with her sitting over there. But I really can't say 100% that I saw her go out.
Is it true that the facts stated in this recording are true and correct to the best of your knowledge, and that your statement has been made freely, voluntarily, and without threats or promises of any kind?
Yes.
Do you certify or declare under penalty of perjury under the law of the state of Washington that this statement is true and correct?
Yes.
As a reminder, you are directed to have no communication or references to investigation with any potential witness, with the exception of representative or attorney, until the after investigation is complete. If you violate this directive, it may result in disciplinary action. Further, any attempts to retaliate against any witnesses or parties to this investigation may result in disciplinary action. Do you understand this?
Yes.
You can sign right there. The time is now 11:14, and this will conclude the statement. Okay, this is Sergeant Sweeney at the Snohomish County Sheriff's Office. Today's date is 1/18/24, and the time is 16:25. This statement is referenced to OPA file number IA23-015 concerning the matter of inmate Tolbert's booking. This is the interview of Deputy Hopf, last name spelled Hopf. This interview is conducted at Snohomish County Jail. Deputy Hopf. Oh wait, there are two people present in this room. Deputy Hopf, are you aware that the statement is being recorded?
Yes.
Do I have your permission to do so?
Yes.
Would you like your personal information listed as non-disclosure?
Yes.
Be advised that your identity may be revealed if, upon completion of this investigation, the investigation is requested for release pursuant to Washington State Public Disclosure Law. For the purpose of this recording, I ask that you please wait till the questions have been completely asked before you answer. Please speak or state your responses clearly for the transcription process. Deputy Hopf, what is your current position?
Corrections deputy.
How long have you been doing that?
Almost 9 years.
Do you remember inmate Tolbert, who was in booking on December 19th, 2023?
Yes.
Question: when you took 3 inmates out of cell number 5, you left her in there. Do you remember why you left her in there?
I don't specifically remember why I left her in there. I maybe they were going upstairs, and I'm not sure. I don't know if those were completed, and they were. I have no idea.
Okay, so you don't know if you remember her having any issues or
I don't remember
concerns or anything for leaving her in there. Okay. Do you remember if she said anything to you at that time when you took out the other 3 inmates?
I don't remember specifically. No.
Okay. Were you in booking when she was being checked on by medical prior to her going out to the hospital?
Yes.
Okay. What did you see between staff and inmate Tolbert, if anything, prior to medical going to check on her?
Deputy Osborne had said she was having a seizure, had went and got medical. Medical went down there. I responded down there, and I was just standing by as medical was assessing her.
Okay. Prior to him saying that she was anesthesia? Did you see him go over to the cell at all, or any interaction with him and her?
No, not specifically, no.
Okay. Were you at the interview counter when she was sitting out prior to going to the hospital in the transport chair?
Maybe. I'm not sure where I was at that point.
Okay. Do you remember what staff were talking about during that time frame?
No.
No. Okay. Did you hear anything said that would be inappropriate about the Muslim religion or terrorism or anything like that? Or,
No.
Or her hairdress or anything like
No.
that? Okay. When she went, when it came time for food, I know you weren't involved with this. That was Deputy Sy. Did she say anything to you about food and needing a special diet because she's Muslim and stuff like that? Or?
No, I wasn't involved with dinner that day, so I
Okay. Is there anything you would like to add to your statement?
no.
Is it true that the facts stated in this recording are true and correct and the best of your knowledge, and that your statement has been made freely, voluntarily, and without threats or promises of any kind?
Yes.
You have certified or declared under penalty of perjury under the laws of the state of Washington that this statement is true and correct?
Yes.
As a reminder, you are directed not to have any communication or this investigation with any potential witnesses, with the exception of your representative or attorney, until after the investigation is complete. If you violate the directive, it may result in disciplinary action. Further, any attempts to retaliate against any witnesses party to the investigation may result in disciplinary action. Do you understand this?
Yes.
Would you please sign this down to witness signature? Time is 16:29, and this will conclude the statement.